All right, welcome back, everybody. We are on to the last two boxes. These are the bottom two boxes of Case of Dusk Till Dawn. Appreciate everybody out there that's watching my videos. Appreciate all of you who are already currently subscribers. If you're not, hit that button to subscribe. You'll get notification and get notifications when I do post videos. Typically either every other day or every couple of days. Sometimes I go live without much of a warning. If I do start to decide going live with some video openings, try to be more planful and give you a little bit of notice. So again, just setting the equipment off to the side for play sets that I put together, because you only get a couple equipment in each box, of the rare kind, that is. And some of them are a little harder to find, at least in my experience. So to help myself, ooh, there we go. Warmonger's Diplomacy. Non-foil, but that deserves a sleeve. Boom. That's a good Majestic to hit for the first Majestic of the box. If you haven't yet, check out in the description. There's a link to my Patreon account. Hoping to build a little bit of a base, a little bit of following through Patreon as well. Going to be offering box breaks, case breaks, however you want to buy. It's a bit of a discounted price. Should be competitively discounted. Can't go too far because I am not a store. I don't have distributor access, so not getting a ton, or not getting a huge discount on a lot of these cases to be able to offer to you. So I just want to open boxes. So not much of a profit in there for me. Probably with shipping, depending on what it is. Maybe not any profit, but just want to do more content, more box openings. Get more fab stuff out there for you. But if you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe, leave me some comments. Appreciate any comments that anybody has for me. Said in other videos, I try to respond to all of the comments. I don't have a ton of subscribers at the moment, and not a ton of people leaving me comments, so it's fairly easy for me to respond to your comments or answer any questions, anything like that. But if you do check out my Patreon page, I'll accept comments in these YouTube videos as well for any suggestions, thoughts. Is there something I've got on there you don't like? Let me know. Widespread Annihilation. All right, there we go. There's our second Majestic. We're past the halfway point, I think, of the box. Just the second Majestic, so case hasn't been too bad so far. Got ourselves 3 cold foils out of the first 2 boxes, and a Marvel as one of those 2. So if you haven't seen that video yet, check that video out. Pretty good looking Marvel. Man, outside of the Diplomacy, this box has been rough. I'll be asking you to press F in the chat. I'm gonna call down the lightning. Put together play sets for myself, and I usually like to put together a foil play set. There we go. Dabble in dark. Ooh, all right. Well, didn't need that one, but it's a cold foil legendary. I made a comment in my last video about opening a rainbow foil legendary, and this was it. And that rainbow foil version is like less than $10. It's not something you want to see in value out of a legendary for as difficult as it is to hit all of them. Maybe it's just that so many have been opened, it hasn't found its way into Illusionist decks yet. Or there are better options in Illusionist. Man, that's a pretty rough miscut there. It's very top to bottom. There we go. Complaining about the Majestics that I get in here, and I end up with cold foil and a foil, and 2 rainbow foil Majestics. So Bequest the Vast Beyond. A couple packs left in box number 1. Common and a Lumina Lance. Common and a Dimensional Vortex. That one's pretty miscut too. A lot more on the bottom than there is the top. Phantom Manchi and Beaming Blade. Right, clean this up a little bit and get on to box number 2. This will probably be the last set of boxes that I'm opening here before Bright Lights. Hope everybody's excited for that. Only 3 foil versions in that one. It's a little low. We have 2 foil Majestics. 5 regular Majestics. And the handful of rares. Mindar equipment. Where am I putting those? Right there. I'll leave those guys on the in view. Holy cow, come on. There we go. Can't get under the plastic. Take another look at this diadem. Actually send this guy in for grading too. Huh? Okay. Yeah, that'll be 2 cards I get to send in for grading. So slap that and that Marvel that I got in the last opening. Not that the diadem is a huge value, but I like to have some slapped cards. If you haven't seen that video yet, tested my eye on card condition and the centering and things like that, and sent in a batch of like, I think it was like 10 or 15 cards into PCG. They came back. A couple of them I just wanted to get graded because I had the cold foil Scabskin Leathers and a cold foil Snapdragon Scalers. The Leathers actually kind of surprised me, came back as a 9.5. Personally, I thought that the Snapdragons looked a lot better, and those came back as a 9. So, yeah, but if you haven't seen that video, check that one out too. Got some pretty nice stuff to show you in there. Still got, was that 2, 4, 6, 7 cards left to complete my cold foil set. Guess it's not too bad, because I think this is probably like case 12 or 13, something like that. So, to be down to just that many. It's not a bad thing. Soul Butcher, and there's our other 2 Herald of Tenacity and Extended. Great Reckoning and Northern Winds. Love that they printed the card, and but even before the set came out, Oldham was Living Legends, so it's not much value. So there have been rumors, and everybody's always talking about the Living Legend format, but it sounds like there was some sort of mention about the Living Legend format from LSS. So see if it's something that that comes to fruition in the near future here. There's our Figment of Justice. Themis. That's one I still need. Still need that. Said, put those up there as something that, just as a tracker, something as I open that I can immediately put it. Iron Song Versus. Alright, 2 legendary case. Not bad. It's rainbow foil. But we'll take it. Just glad it's not a Soul Bond Resolve. I think I've got 10 of those between rainbow and cold foil. If you watched all of the openings I did, I recorded them all on release day. Probably won't do that again because that was a lot of videos that were just outdated by the time they were coming out with comments and things like that. So probably won't do that again. But if you watched all of those, my first 9 or 10 cases, you will see, I think I opened like 8 of them in there. There's a Slithering Shadowpede that is way miscut. Well, I'll focus on that. Nope. Alright, well. But that gives us our 5th Majestic. Was that Shadowpede one of those that was selling fairly well, I think, for Brute, Shadow Brute? Seems like a playable card anyway, so. Angelic Wrath and Vincent. Again, I don't know why they printed Vincent Adult as a Majestic and the Young as Rare when they did. Ooh, there we go. Boom. Hell, that one might even be. Yeah, it's gradable too. Looks like it. 2 Marvels in the case. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, alright. No, it's not worth a ton. It's worth a lot more closer to release. Gone down a bit, but yeah, it's very good on top and bottom and left to right. Alright. Got ourselves 3 cards to add to the pile, so still need a few more, but I'll take it. Hey, just think, if you were a Patreon member, this could be your case. These could be your boxes. So if you haven't yet, check out the link in the description. Click that link. Check out the post I got there. You can choose to just join the channel and or become a Patreon member just to support me. Get more box openings, help support me so I can afford to keep opening and maybe do some graphics updates, add some intros or something like that. Might actually try that with these, and a Poison the Well to end it off. But then there are also box break tiers too, so check those out. But 2 cold foils, we got ourselves another, this is my 2nd Nazareth, and that extended diadem, and then of course a rainbow foil. So why is this not focusing? There we go. There we go. All right. Boy, I hope that lighting wasn't off the whole time. All right. But yeah, all right. Appreciate everybody watching, and yeah, have a good one. Take it easy.